Oh, you have a short memory train there going.
Well, I went in there and I flipped the light switch on.
I'm gonna shut it back off, so. Leave it on?
Hello. One of them.
Sounds like
I'm
you
not a
are.
car. I'm an investigator with St. Louis County.
I'm gonna run away.
Right, we're gonna go right here where we got presents.
Angela, is it?
Yeah.
I did get your message, but I've been doing interviews all day long, so I have a break right at the moment, so this works out well with Othia.
Okay.
So,
You heard me when I said that I'd like a copy of the police report
Yeah.
from when I was there. And I know, like with any other stops or anything, cars are surveyed. I'd like to see the tape of when he was in my yard, because my dog goes down the driveway as soon as anybody comes in our yard. I do not believe for 1 minute that he was not in the yard when that sheriff came in my yard. And like I told you, inhumane. We were gone for 35 minutes, my husband and I. He did not come down my driveway, shoot my dog, and leave within 35 minutes, plus looking for my dog for a half hour to however long he said he was looking for my dog. This is how he left my dog. Shot right to the nose, down through the throat, and it hit his paw. He shot him point blank, down through the nose, through his throat, and it hit his paw.
okay.
I don't believe he tried to tase him. I would like to see record that he did. I'm sure if a firearm has gone off, he's got to have a record that his firearm went off. He's got to have a record that the taser went off. This has been my dog for 8 years. I told you that yesterday. I've raised him since he's been a pup.
Okay.
And I told you I had his strip me 10 years ago. He is my baby. He's on 40 acres down a private driveway, quarter driveway, doing what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to protect us.
Okay.
I guess I can tell you, I talked to the deputy, Ed told me about the case. I talked to the deputy, and, he has his version of events, so things went down. Obviously, anytime we discharge a gun, we have to do a report on it. So there is that. As far as the taser goes, yeah. I mean, if he arced the taser, they can download that, and it'll tell you the exact date and time that the taser was done, and that's easily accomplished. I don't know if you want to go into the story on what the deputy had said, or, I mean, I know what.
There is, the reports are not transcribed at the moment. That's why we're doing the interviews that we're doing. We're trying to hire a transcription person here quickly, because ours resigned and went to a different position. But they have not been transcribed yet. When they do get transcribed, they will become available. I have your phone number. You can do that. As it stands right now, you said a video in the car. Not every car has a video. Okay, they're extremely expensive, so it's not something that they had to all the cars.
And unless the deputy puts his lights on, they're not recording 24/7.
Well, I can guarantee I know my dog, so and I don't mean this disrespectful, I don't. But for your deputy to say that my dog was not at him the minute he turned in my driveway is a lie. It is a lie. I've had that dog, we've been out there for years. That dog and my little pup that he denied seeing, that he even seen. My little pup does not go anywhere without her.
Your pup was there when talking to him?
Okay, you told me yesterday that
I understand it was
there.
not, but your pup was there. He barked at him. He said he opened the car door. But he petted the pup. The pup was fine. He thought, well, that's fine. The pup was out there. The other one was not at that time. That's why he got out.
Right. He told me when he pulled in the driveway to serve the paper, the pup came out. He said it was a smaller boxer type dog. You could tell that.
Bulldog.
Yeah, whatever it was.
I have a lot of money in both my
Right.
pups.
And he said the dog came up, and like we talked yesterday, I worked the road for 15 years. I go to a house, if the dogs are swarming my car barking, I technically don't get out, or I do what the deputy did. The dog was there. He opened the door enough just to stick his hand out to feel the dog out, to see what the aggression was. He said the dog licked him, so he said, okay, I'm cool, I'm out. So he got out. He was actually out of the car and walking up to the house when the other one came out from underneath a truck that was in the driveway and came running up behind him. He said at that time he did arc his taser. The dog didn't run off. It ran around the squad. And at this point, he said he was between the house and his squad, and the dog was in front of the squad, so he couldn't retreat back to the squad. You can't retreat into your house. The taser didn't send the dog off running like it normally does. I mean, we arc a taser at a dog, and you know, they don't like that sound. They don't like the feeling of it, and they run off. Okay.
So he was saying that Ruger was hiding under a truck?
Yeah, he said the dog came out from the...
He would have never let him get down our driveway without parking. And that's, I have numerous people.
That's what he is saying, okay?
You know what, there's never been a car that came down our driveway without us knowing ahead of time, because both my dogs, and my little one does it now too, because my older one taught her how to do it.
Any car comes down our driveway, Ruger's barking at that car from the time it gets halfway down her driveway to thing. He just does not hide nowhere. He never did.
When we got Ruger, we paid a lot of money for him. We raised him as a pup. We just had him at the vet, 2 weeks ago. He's still on antibiotics because he was protecting us because the porcupine came in the yard. He was full of quills. He's still on antibiotics.
And that was wrong with the eye? He said the dog had a...
Yes, he got poked by, he got poked by a porcupine. This wasn't what it was. I don't even remember what day it was, like 2 weeks ago. He's still on antibiotics. He was still on antibiotics. A porcupine came in the yard, and the porcupine, I don't even know what, there it is right there. Yeah, so we brought him into the vet, and he's still on antibiotics. I mean, like I said to you yesterday, I've got a 1.5-year-old grandson that I've got nonstop. He rode him like a horse.
Yeah. But, you know, and I understand that in the house, with the child and the dog.
But he's unfortunate.
That is the way they operate. They'll when we were kids, we had a dog at home, and if my dad wanted to give us a licking, he had to lock the dog up because the dog wouldn't allow it. You know, I mean, it's just one of them things. It happens. You know, and that the dog really likes the child. He's part of your family. He'll be very, very protective to it, but it doesn't mean he will treat a complete stranger the same way.
But he was on his own land, his own 40 acres,
But,
his quarter-mile driveway. And like I said, I don't care, and I'm sorry, I don't mean it again disrespectful. I don't care what your deputy has said about my dog not being there when he came down that driveway, because I guarantee, and you can tell your deputy this, he knows both those dogs were chasing his car down that whole driveway, and I don't care what he says any different, because I know for a fact.
I think that's our only issue.
Yeah.
Right, but the other issue is you folks weren't there, okay? The deputy, in my mind, has no reason to lie about what happened. He's been a cop for almost 15 years. He told me straight out, he goes, I've never had a dog that I felt that was that vicious and that I was that fearful of getting bit. He said the dog, when he arced the taser and the dog didn't go away, and it ran around the squad, he said, okay, I'm good. He keeps going towards the house. Next thing you know, the dog's coming up behind him. He turned around, and he threw the paper at the dog. He said the dog went down and then came back at him again. And to be honest with you, the dog was close enough when he shot it that he had blood spray on his uniform.
I'm sure he did.
So that shows right there that the dog wasn't retreating away from him. The dog was coming at him when he was shot. It is unfortunate, okay? I understand you don't believe what the deputy is saying, but it's an unfortunate situation, and I'm not putting the blame on you. If you guys were there, obviously you probably would have opened the door and said, call the dog away. He would have served you the paper and been on his way, but... You know,
I just don't understand the logic of it, too, because like I said, you're right, maybe you don't have no reason to lie. Right. But I know everybody who came down my driveway, my dogs have both been there, when he came down my driveway. That dog has for years. That's what he's not trained to do, that's what he does, he protects us.
The other side of it is
maybe
he saw the little pup first, and the dog, and he was paying attention to that, and the other dog was on the other side of the car barking, coming down the driveway, and he didn't see it until it came out. I don't know where the truck was. We never went out there, okay? But
I'm trying to think where
the big thing is I've been a cop for almost 20 years, and I don't know how many times I've been to oh, my dog's friendly, my dog's friendly. Well, you know what? It may be friendly to you, but it's not always friendly to everybody else.
Just beware of dog signs in our driveway.
Right.
And the be aware sign was right where he would have pulled up. It's in our back window.
And the other issue is that, you know, he has a legal reason to be there. I mean, even if you had no trespassing signs, he has a legal reason to be there. He's not a general person that those signs mean anything to. He has a legal reason to go there.
I understand that.
you know, and we don't get paid to get bit.
And
If
I
the dog is
understand.
aggressive, he has every right to shoot it.
I understand.
And it's not like we actively go and look for it, and we try to do that. If we can avoid it, like we talked yesterday, I don't know how many times I've sat in my squad car waiting for the person to come out. Hey, can you grab your dog? I'll roll the window and grab your dog. Oh, it's friendly. I don't care. Grab your dog. I don't want to get bit here. Okay?
And I don't expect him to get bit. I
Right.
understand that.
And he said,
I do.
you know, it's the first time in 15 years he actually was afraid of a dog coming at him that way. And he did what he had to do, and he didn't just jump in the car and drive away. He said he looked for the dog.
We
It
were
ran
gone for
across.
35 minutes.
It ran across the yard. He went into the woods. He couldn't find a blood trail to follow. And obviously, after being shot by him, the dog's probably not going to come to him. Okay?
The dog was in the driveway when we got home.
Right.
He was right at the end of the house.
But the thing
Yeah,
is,
but-
after he shot it, his assumption is that the dog died in the woods. I mean, he couldn't find the dog. There's no blood trail to follow. He couldn't find the dog, so he ends up leaving. And he left a card, and he didn't want to put on the card, "I shot your dog." He put on there that he was there, so that when you guys called in, he could tell you what happened. He didn't. I don't believe in his heart that he would leave there knowing that the dog's going to come back out slobbering blood for you people to come down the driveway.
When we came in the yard, that's where he was.
Right, but
He was laying there.
I don't believe that
and
was
my
his
little dog-
intentions
My
to
little
have
dog
him.
was looking up his blood.
Right.
And you know what? He came running to me. He came running to me, and I went on the ground, and he put his head on my shoulder, and he couldn't breathe.
Right.
My husband had to kill him, because he didn't even kill him.
And like we said yesterday, it's not anything we want to do. I own a dog. I got a little puppy. I just
Well, what happens,
three months
nothing
old.
happens to him, it's okay.
As far as the officer,
It's okay for him to do that.
based on what he told us and everything that went down, he was legal and had every authority to do what he did. It's not what you think at the time. It's what the officer thought at the time when he shot the dog. He didn't know the dog. You could have. I had a call one time where I showed up at a guy's house. I got out of the car. This dog came running at me, and his teeth were bearing down. I sprayed that dog with pepper spray.
Why didn't he spray?
He doesn't. Not every deputy carried pepper spray. When they went to the taser, a lot of them don't carry pepper spray anymore. They use the taser. But the thing is, that dog came at me. I thought he was coming to bite me. I sprayed a whole can on him. The guy opens the door. The dog went back, and I said, "Hey, the dog was just sprayed." I said, "He was coming at me growling." He goes, "Oh, he wasn't growling. He was smiling." He snapped his fingers, and the dog would smile and show his teeth. Well, the dog was friendly, but it was what I thought. The dog was coming to bite me, so I sprayed it with pepper spray. But it turns out the dog was friendly as a golden retriever should be, and wasn't coming to bite me. He was smiling at me and greeting me, but I didn't know that. The deputy actually thought he was going to be bit, and that's why he shot the dog. He said in 15 years he's never had a dog that way coming at him, and he shot the dog. So with his legal authority to be there, and his legal authority to shoot a dog, I mean, any private party could do that. I mean, if they're in fear of being bit by a dog, it's not what you think at the time, it's what they thought at the time.
So then I don't have the right to go on his private property and shoot his dog then, huh?
Not out of the blue, no. We've charged people with criminal damage of property, which
We dealt with other dog incidents where people have shot people's dogs, just that we're roaming on that.
I wouldn't, because I'm an animal lover anyway.
You know, and
But we do. We run into people that they live in the country and the neighbor's dog runs on their yard. They shoot it. Well, they just committed a crime. They don't have the
Well,
legal right to shoot
if
a dog.
nothing is going to get done with this, I will tell you, I am going to bring a lot of publicity about it, just because, you know what, I can't bring my dog back.
Right.
But I'm not going to allow it to
You know
happen to someone else's. And I
No-
think that he should be reprimanded. I think that something should be done about it.
Nobody here is happy about the situation that happened. Like I said, I own a dog. I'm a dog lover, and
And you still have your dog to go home to the night, don't you?
and I know the deputy has a dog, and it's not anything any
And you
deputy
just go
wants to
home
do.
the dog too.
Right, and it's not anything we wanted to do, or anything he wanted to do, or anything I would want to do. But I'm not going to get bit or maimed by any
Just
dog.
make a copy of the police report when you have, okay?
Okay, once it's done, I will get it for you, okay?